Very, very hearty welcome to every one of you. Professor Lalit M. Patnaik has come from Bangalore. Professor Chaudhary is online. Sir, I would like to have
Good
you
morning,
here,
everyone.
sir, Professor Chaudhary Garu.
Good morning.
Good morning. Very, very hearty welcome to you. And then today morning, somebody was asking me, would Professor Chaudhary come? Now, nowadays, he has become Akashwani, I told them. Okay. Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I wish I had that.
Professor Sri Murli Manohar, who would be joining us, he is very close by, he would be joining us. Dr. Malakundaya Garu, Prasad Reddy Garu, Dr. Prasad Reddy Garu is expected to join online. Dr. Sharat Garu and Dr. Chakravarti Garu. Plus all of you, very, very hearty welcome. Very hearty welcome. Today, I would like to extend a very, very special welcome to Dr. Raghunathan. Dr. Raghunathan, you know, he is the secretary ex officio by virtue of being registrar of this institution. Dr. Raghunathan is completing his term and is demitting his office by the end of this April 30th, which formally implies that this shall be his last meeting as far as Executive Council is concerned. And Executive Council meeting and Academic Council meetings always go together. Dr. Raghunathan, when I joined, officially he was registrar, but at the time I joined, he was on leave. Professor P.M.V. Rao was there on his behalf. And Professor P.M.V. Rao used to express, in the absence of Raghunathan, very indirectly and succinctly, that whether he has been able to do whatever Dr. Raghunathan would have done when I had come over here. So that attitude of Professor P.M.V. Rao made me to find out about this person, Dr. Raghunathan. Dr. Raghunathan has created a history for this institution, that's what I understand. Dr. Raghunathan had been here for almost 10 plus 11 years, and Dr. Sharat one day very categorically explained to me that historically in this institution there was a period of a high turmoil, and that was the time where this institution was supposed to go and defend itself in Delhi. For various reasons, the then Vice Chancellor could not go to Delhi. Just fresh, he joined this institution, and the responsibility of defending this institution fell upon young shoulders of registrar because he was just new to this campus as a registrar. But his background as a naval officer would always help him. His background as a naval officer has also helped him in bigger ways, which most of us have got to emulate. Then later, I was told, Dr. Sharat also described this to me, and occasionally even our Dr. Lavurataya Garu also used to tell it to me, that he defended it so very well. In fact, that dramatic scene has got to be felt. This institution was last but one institution to be called into the cabin. Last but one institution, remember, late evening. And then the moment these people enter, the then Chancellor and the Registrar would enter the room. The chairman of the committee had asked the question, where is your Vice Chancellor? Then the Chancellor jumps up and hands over a letter that Vice Chancellor could not be present. And then sarcastically, the chairman tells the registrar, you have got to complete it in this stipulated time. Dr. Raghunathan made a debut, made his presence. It was like the last pair of batsmen hitting a century. The rest became a history. The rest became a history that today Vignan stands at a very great place with the flag being hoisted very high. People definitely would have understood. I'm sure Dr. Sharath would have also made the management to understand that it is not the strength of the management which alone would take the institution very high. It is the dedication of the people and also the dedication of the people who take up the institution as their own. Many of us would be there in the institution, but many of us would just be the employees of the institution. We have never tried to step into the shoes of an employer and see how well we can also own the institution. We have never seen how well we belong to the institution. We have not understood. We have not tried to understand. Well, then I was talking about his naval discipline. After some time, after 2 months or so, Dr. Raghunathan completed his leave after I joined, and then he straight walked into my office with a bouquet and a grand smile on his face, which would definitely take me away. Dr. Raghunathan, by age, is 2 years elder to me, by age. I'm just behind him 2 steps, that's all. However, Dr. Raghunathan as registrar did not make me feel that he is elder to me. That is what is the naval discipline. That is what is the military discipline. I'm very sure this military discipline would internally make a person to swallow many differences, but then that ability to withstand and not showing that I am 2 years elder to you has been a great boon. I'm very sure I have enjoyed, I'm telling it, I am very sure that I have enjoyed his stay over here. I have enjoyed his company, and there was a perfect sync between the administration from the first floor and the directions from the second floor where I used to sit. Well, then I never forgot that he is elder to me by 2 years. Although he never exhibited that he is elder to me by 2 years, I never forgot that he has been elder to me by 2 years. Dr. Raghunathan's approach were very, very wonderful. In fact, Dr. Raghunathan had a very difficult time. A powerful floor number 5 and equally powerful floor number 4, plus equally very strong and perhaps stronger Vice Chancellor, possibly in the entire history of this institution. I'm sure he must have got churned amidst all these 3 polarities. In fact, there are only 2 poles for the world, but here he had 3 polarities. You should all understand that the polarity itself is a very bigger thing, because Dr. Lavurataya Garu was an elderly, senior, experienced person, and 4th floor was young, dynamic, and bubbling, personality. And Vice Chancellor is totally from a different setup, like government, both state, who has seen both state government and central government, and who is into who is into track, who was always into track. But his unique ability to take all three floors very fluently, leaving no sign of any rash driving, but a very cool symphony was very beautifully exhibited by Dr. Raghunathan. Dr. Raghunathan gave me an excellent company, particularly when I used to interview the candidates, particularly for very high positions. Right? In fact, historically I was told the final interview used to be like fixing up only what do you want, the salary, and you work only for this salary. But Dr. Raghunathan, along with my Dean Faculty Affairs, Dr. Vijayram, were able to streamline the 7th pay scale of VFSTR. And Dr. Raghunathan and Vijayram were did a able work in convincing Dr. Lavu Rattaya Garu to implement the same. After that, although I would love to relax for some people because we were not getting people, Dr. Raghunathan will not budge. Dr. Raghunathan would show me, look, this is the rule for level 13A, this is the rule for level 12. I would mentally be ready, okay, we will relax, okay, we are not getting faculty, we will write down the reasons why we should relax, and then I was at times, I was mentally getting prepared because this institution was not getting the right people. But then Dr. Raghunathan said no. That supported me. That very much supported me. Right? So the quality of the institution today, having seen the quality of the institution earlier, to adapt himself to that change and live to the standard, live to the expectations of what tomorrow's Vignan University has got to be, he did an excellent job. We are sure, I am very sure, I would personally be missing Dr. Raghunathan, but Dr. Raghunathan's service shall be indented by the Executive Council. In fact, Dr. Raghunathan promptly submitted his stepping down letter exactly 3 months in it, exactly on, probably I remember January 30th, right? On January 30th, he came to my office and submitted the resignation. And then he told me the reasons. He was hinting the reasons. He was hinting the pressure, family pressure, which was built upon him, that he has got to leave the job. And then I was also wondering at many times what would happen to me if he goes away from the responsibility. Well then, my philosophical attitude always told, like what would happen after Jawaharlal Nehru? India answered. What would happen after Indira Gandhi? India answered. What would happen after Rajiv Gandhi? India answered. What would happen after Modi? India shall answer. Right? But whatever it is, whatever the predecessor has done as a foundation shall be remain very, very strong. Therefore, I mentioned that it should be a very special welcome to Dr. Raghunathan on this day, which is going to be his last Executive Council meeting. Therefore, as chairman of this Executive Council, with the powers vested in me, I would like to call this meeting as 7th Executive Council meeting in the honor of Dr. Raghunathan, and that shall be recorded so. It shall be recorded as 7th Executive Council meeting in the honor of Dr. Raghunathan, and it shall be dedicated to Dr. Raghunathan. Today it shall be called, it is not the proceedings of the 7th Executive Council meeting, it shall be called as proceedings of the 7th Executive Council meeting in the honor of Dr. Raghunathan, because I want this to be a historical evidence for the future. not necessarily the next, not only for the next registrar, but for the registrars to come later, because I'm sure probably today there shall be very historic decisions going to come today, and very, very historic presentations also going to be made, which the later part has got to remember. Naturally, there is a selfishness of mine when it is in the honor of Dr. Raghunathan. People also will see who is the chairman of the executive council on that day, and then people will also tag me that I was the chairman of that committee. So that's the self-centeredness and the selfishness of this. In view of this fact, I want Dr. Raghunathan to invite all the members over here formally. I shall not stand up to give the bouquet. The bouquet should be handed over by Dr. Raghunathan to all executive members on this day, because this has got to be recorded, because this is the last formal day that he shall be doing that. Henceforth, if he is invited to executive council, he shall only be an executive council invitee, special invitee. He may not be the secretary of this executive. So today he shall exercise his full authority as secretary, and he shall be inviting every executive council member. Plus this dual degree in dual mode, one in the same institute mode, two with some other institute mode also. This also should be thought. And in the dual degree mode, if it is possible to bring in, pitch in an industry also, where some part of the program, not necessarily PG part, even in the UG part, some part will be on the floor of the industry itself and back again to the academia. You have got to think about that also. Plus, you should think little more out of the box, not necessarily immediately for the MTech. This is a big hot debate with which I am also associated at the national level. This debate is, if medical program is an MBBS program at the bachelor's degree and real orientation happens only in the master's degree, why is it over specialization happening at BTech level in India? This is an issue. America, it does not happen. It generally happens BS engineering and BS electrical engineering, etc. But here, over specialization, we are trying to make them over specialists in computer science. We are trying to make them over specialists in AI. We are trying to make them, while they really do not know what engineering is all about. Therefore, the trend is now already IITs have taken up very seriously. Already IIT Roper has started one BTech engineering program only, and telling that you push your understanding, you get into your mechanical engineering, you get into your electrical engineering in your master's degree. This thinking is going on at the national level, and in his institution of national importance are picking up in a bigger way. In fact, I have a model. Maybe sometime I would later talk about this model. This model, the one which I have roughly, is the following. First 2 years shall be foundation courses along with computing foundations, which are very essential for today. All computing foundations. During this foundation period and during these 2 years, you should also speak about different branches of engineering where all these foundations will go in a bigger way. Third year, real civil engineering will commence. Third year, real mechanical engineering would commence. And final year will be a capstone project or whatever, internship plus capstone project all put together. That makes him an engineer. First, you make him an engineer. Of course, with our exposure to civil engineering, computer science, agriculture, whatever it is, then let the people who are interested, most of them will get the job. Job will happen to them. Most of them will get the job, because no industry can depend upon the engineers who come out. They have got to really orient them. But unfortunately, it is the foolish computing industry which want ready-made products immediately after the 4 years. That's the greatest mistake that these computing industries are doing. They have got to spend. If NTPC, National Thermal Power Corporation of India, can spend more than 1 year in training even your mechanical engineers, before handing over the gig to them, these computer people are doing a greatest mistake, because all computer industries, most of the computer industries wanted most of the employees only at the labor level. Now that labor level jobs will be lost to AI, and these people will not get such jobs at all, because AI will do everything. AI is going to do that. So we have got to think in a bigger way. I'm not thinking about your immediate MTech program. I'm telling what Vignan has got to do 10 years down the line with its engineering program. Vignan should not forget that it is deemed to be private central university. We should add to the corpus of thinking also. We should not be the blind followers of what our AICT is going to tell. Okay? I'm sure I agree with the Dr. I also request Dr. L.M. Patnaik to pitch into this. Dr. L.M. Patnaik,
Chaudhary wants to say that.
I know, to this committee. I'm just asking Dr. L.M. Patnaik to extend his support to this committee in finalizing this report. Without my additional comments, I have many of them, but I shall not get into my additional comments. I will add when the committee would meet. I would like to extend the scope of this committee. I want Dr. Venkateshwaralu to coordinate this committee. Let us have Dr. Chakrabarti as usual, and I shall include Dr. L.M. Patnaik also. So sometime you exclusively meet and discuss, naturally on your web pages or whatever, on online, and even offline also you make it a point. When you make it offline, I would like to participate in that discussion also at one point of time, okay? So we will do that. It's really going to be a good exercise. And it's very necessary. It is very, very necessary, okay? Right. But then don't worry about commercial viability of these programs. You worry about the necessity of these programs from Indian point of view, and for the, how we can encourage our students to get into this program, okay? If I am going to be here, I definitely shall promise that I shall definitely give minimum 20 to 25,000 rupees fellowship to these PT students, and also extract work from these people, okay? Okay? So you do not worry about it. Please go ahead, think in a different way, think in a novel way. Forget about AICT, forget about UGC, all of them. First do it. It is ultimately in the, whatever the skeleton structure they want, we will pocket the whole, we will present the whole program, okay? All right, good. So, well taken, good efforts, and in the meantime, I have got to tell this entire house that Dr. Venkateshwaralu has taken over as Dean R&D also now. He is Dean of Research and Development. Ever since he has taken over, he has been trying to streamline research and development activities, particularly studies leading to PhD and studies leading to MTech by research. He has been trying to streamline. Sure. What is the challenge? You are not mentally prepared, and you are very proud of showing that your admission into computer science, particularly, please bring that slide, 720. In fact, when we were students, 720 used to be the total strength of an institution. Total strength of the institution used to be 720. And now we are very proud that we are going for 720 increase, and our strength is around 4,000. We are very proud. I am also very proud. I also tell that I am very proud. But when a Vice Chancellor tells that, he also implies that I have enough faculty. I have at least teaching assistants. I have at least BTech teaching assistants. Don't worry about MTech. Don't worry about PhDs. Take them as teaching assistants. And then, naturally, the type of data we feed is making AICT to feel that, okay, the institution is good enough, we will give them the strength. You definitely go. I'm telling you, that is the way to increase your strength in your MTech program, because you bring en masse your teaching assistants, and I will give them MTech degree, I will train them, I will give them MTech degree also. You use them as teaching assistants for your T&P activities, which America does. The whole success of American education is only because of teaching assistants. The QS ranking of American university is better because they are all counted. The teaching assistants supported by the university are counted as teaching assistantship, and they also count the ratio, the QAS ratio, it will be satisfied. Whereas our former director of IIT Delhi, who is the group vice chancellor of Birla Institute now, he was lamenting that for India they don't allow. We also do that, teaching assistant positions, they don't allow to count. But I have already told, I have already given you the way that you show all of them as assistant professors, isn't it? I have already told you, you bring all your PhD scholars and show them as assistant professors, right? As an academician, I'm not telling as a vice chancellor, as an academician, I am alarmed with these numbers because so many jobs are not present in the entire world. Entire world does not have so many jobs, right? And what are we, whom are we fooling? Government of India could be doing it, fine, but then who are we? We are forcing Government of India to approve. There are no jobs, and I am telling you, the labor level jobs in computer science shall be depleted because AI will take it over. Your DOEs will not have job because LLM, large language model will definitely take over, right? In fact, our people also don't know how to use LLM. Yesterday, I marked this letter to you. The letter, greetings from dash dash department. I am delighted to mention that the strength in our department is so many and we do not have faculty. It's all fully made by LLM. How can you be delighted to tell the strength is increased and you don't have faculty? Right? And who will write greetings to in an official letter to registrar? To send suitable representative from the institute.
We sent them, sir. They
let
came
his
back.
classmates also go
Yes,
over
sir.
there and be with the
They went and
parents.
came back,
Okay.
sir, and we conducted condolence after they came
Okay.
back. That's completed, sir.
Okay, but please advise all those classmates not to spread the rumors.
Yes, sir.
We have got to pity, we have got to really be with the family at this
Yes, sir.
bad hour, okay? Well then, Dr. Sharat's final 3 points are important. My Dean Technology Development and my administration should take care of this. One, e-governance of the institute, although you tell that it is very good, it is not very good at all. And the success of R25 shall definitely depend upon a good e-governance system. All right? If you cannot design, no problem, you need not design. No, absolutely no problem, you need not design. In fact, IIIT Kurnool registrar who had come over here, he had made an estimate. If the institute is going to design, then they said minimum time required is 3.5 years and the money that it is required is minimum 3.5 crores, whereas 1 crore solution is available from NIT Rourkela. I do not know why this proposal has not been discussed with me, placed before me, but I shall not force because people could think that I am compelling you people because I am also from an institution of national importance, okay? So I am not going to force. But then what is required, what is the requirement, order of the day is that there must be an See, today e-governance, internet, and a internet connected campus, these are very essential backbones without which you cannot do anything, right? Isn't it? Right? So even if you want sympathy, you get into WhatsApp. You decide your decision, your decision is decided based on the number of likes you have got, not based on what you want. Under that situation, we don't have a proper e-governance in the system. And our alumni connect is very poor. Our alumni connect has got to be strengthened. Dean Student Affairs, we have got a joint dean, isn't it, Dr. Rukmini? We have got a joint dean for alumni affairs.
Sir.
Isn't it? We have
Yes,
got a
sir.
joint
Noted.
dean for alumni affairs. This has got to be focused.
Yes.
And I had suggested how alumni bank could be increased, but nothing concrete has happened, okay? Right, but then the points are very important, points are very valid, and then when the issue of CDOE came, all the members told that it has got to be an independent, exclusive, independent unit, which has got to come up in a different way and a bigger way. No doubt it has got to be in a bigger way, but a different way. We also mentioned that you are all 25. The spirit is very high, the expectation is very high. Definitely would take Vignan very well, but one has got to be very careful as far as its implementation has got to be looked into. Dean AA section has got to really do a lot of monitoring, lot of follow-up activity. Okay, good. Thank you very, very much for such a long day, right? And
Students,
yeah,
any points?
yes, I would like to. And then students have been silent observers, and are they feeling that they are the silent victims over here? Are you enjoying? We wanted to know. We wanted to take one or two quick feedbacks from you. That is not the purpose of education, okay? Still, I am happy that people like you would voluntarily opt for research honors at bachelor's degree. I should compliment. That means this research honors is not somebody has forced upon you, particularly not your parents have not forced upon you. You have thought that I should do some research work. I should be a creative thinker. Okay, that makes the big difference.
Well, college also played a part, university also played a part by giving
Okay.
funding, sir. Thank you very much for that also.
Yeah, funding and all, etc. will happen. See, they definitely will happen. Without funding, we cannot really do research. Funding, a good researcher should never think about funding, because funding agency should definitely pump the money, and researcher should think of achieving, creativity, right?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Well-
This semester I have stopped my interaction with the students. That was the one which I was enjoying between 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock in the evening. Okay. I told you that I would enjoy that more than executive council meeting. I told you I would enjoy that more than academic council meeting, because
She will say student leaves at
Yeah.
3:45.
Right.
How you can have interaction at 6 in the evening? That's
Yeah,
what.
that's what. But anyhow, they were all discussing, they were all happily discussing 4 to 6 o'clock, and students were telling, sir, don't worry, sir, let the bus go, we will manage to go back, we want to discuss with you. Good, thank you very, very much.
So
Dr. Chaudhary Garu, thank you very much.
Thank
Please,
you.
I
Thank you
don't
very
want
much.
you to be Akashwani,
Enjoy.
please come over next time, please be with us. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
Thank you,
We'll
Professor.
meet.
Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Chaudhary, sir.
Just a matter of time.
Thank you very much, sir.